Yo, welcome to the Young Vagabond podcast, man, where we're talking about enduring the journey of life together through truth and love.
Episode 5, man.
Live 5, my brother.
Live 5.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Live 5, man. I can't believe it's like crazy, like, like episode 1, it's like, it's surreal, bro. And then like when you get to episode, but like when you start getting into like where, oh my gosh, this is actually like happening multiple times. Like it's like crazy, man.
Facts.
It's been crazy, man. Like, I want to take this moment real quick to just remind y'all, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like. If you're listening, follow, do all the things, man. Make sure you get tuned in, plugged in with the community. Be a part of the Young Vagabond tribe. You can follow our Instagram. You can follow our Linktree if you're on YouTube. In our channel page. You can also search up YV, that's Y as in Young, V as in Vagabond, .podcast on Instagram. Get plugged in that way. That's really important to us. For all the people who have subscribed and followed, we are so thankful for you. And we're really thankful for all the people who have shared our content, whether it's been clips on Instagram, you've shared clips through messages, or shared actual videos. We really, really appreciate that. We want to grow this and have this be as big as possible. I want to take a moment to thank our man Travis, always, man, our producer, the man, the myth, the legend,
the walking blessing.
Walking blessing, Tyon, man. We were so appreciative of you, man. We're just so thankful for all that you do. We're thankful for all the people who support us too, whether it be through encouragement or even some people who has supported us financially. So we're thankful for that. And if this podcast, impacts you, please don't feel free to reach out and let us know how the podcast is impacting you. It really does something to my spirit, and I know Bryson's spirit. And so we're just really, really thankful for all the people who do leave encouraging testimonies. And so if you want to leave one, do that, man. Do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If y'all have noticed something different, we got frescas again.
Yes.
Man. Frescas.
Yeah, we had to run it back, man. We had to take a little break. You know what I'm saying? But we finally back. In fact, gotta pop it open, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm up.
This man.
Get a little ASMR. Ooh, bro, I got the double cup today. Gonna pour it in the double cup, pour it up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Jake Santana, bro. I don't know, I just felt like shout out Jake Santana too, bro.
Gotta do the first sip together, you know what I'm saying?
You know what?
For sure.
Man, that drinks all over you. I like that. I like that. We should make that a thing. The first sips. That's cool. I like that. Anyways, shoot, man. We here, man. Bryson, what are we talking about today?
Man, today we talking about friendship and community, bro.
Yep. This podcast is because of friendship and community.
Yes, sir.
So that is something that is very, very important to us. I think it's important to kind of lay down the groundwork for our friendship, actually, because some people would be surprised we haven't even been friends for a full year.
Yeah.
We've barely been friends for like 6 months.
Facts.
Yeah. Because I met
crazy.
you in like what?
August.
Yeah, August. Or not, probably September. No, it was August.
It was August. It was like late August.
Yeah, late August. And so that's September, October, November, December, March. What the heck? Okay, January, February, March. Yeah, April. So that's 8 months. Yeah. So like we're still like got several months ago before like we've known each other for a full year.
Facts.
Which is crazy to think, because this dude is going to be in my wedding. Like definitely like can say that without a doubt. Like out of anyone, people like Bryson, Travis, Verge, like counting y'all gonna be in my wedding. So like I'm so thankful for the friendship that we have. So like not Travis. Bryson, tell him a little bit about.
Man, first of all, I just want to say, y'all see, I got the mic in my hand.
Yes, sir.
Because like I want this to be a fun episode, bro. This is like a walk down. I guess you could say the avenue. Shout out Jerry's with the Vagabonds, man. But man, friendship, bro, community. It's such a beautiful thing, and I thank God for it. Like God connected me and DJ. This is the crazy thing. God connected us back in like 2021,
Yeah, 2021, actually.
And we didn't even know each other. And like we ended up just happening to go into the same university, which is crazy. So you kind of want to unpack that?
Yeah, man. The only year that we decided to go to this youth camp called Big Stuff.
Yeah. Shout out Big Stuff.
My dance team, shout out Stan Ministries. Love y'all guys. we had gotten this grant to go to this youth camp called Big Stuff, and like I'd never heard of it before, but anyways, yeah, we went. Like I said, only time, had a blast, ended up dancing on the stage for one of the things. That was back in my bandana era, so I was wearing tons of bandanas. And Bryson was at the conference at the exact same time, which is crazy because we had no idea. You said we like brushed. Like,
yeah, like I was walking through the cafe and I was walking with my homie Levi, and I was like, "Why this dude got a front bandana on?" And then it's crazy. Like on down the line, what was it? Homecoming when your parents came.
Yeah,
and we were just chopping it up, and I was like, "Yeah, I used to go to summer camp in Florida," and he was like, "Yeah, I went to a summer camp in Florida." I was like, "For real?" And I was like, "Yeah, I went to Big Stuff," and he was like, "No, I went to Big Stuff." I was like.
it was like an epiphany moment. That's how you know like God had to be in the midst for that, because that is like crazy that like he was already setting it up in the background for us to eventually meet at college. Because like I'm from Texas, proud of it.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. But like to end up at Mississippi State, like I remember touring the campus and being like, this is where I belong. Like I just know that the Lord is calling me to be here. I looked at some other colleges. I was like, yeah, they're cool, but I'm coming to Mississippi State. I'm gonna be a bulldog.
Hail State.
Hail State. Go Bulldogs.
Go Dogs. Praise the Lord, go Dogs.
Praise the Lord, go Dogs. And so like coming here like and not knowing anybody, like I could have gone any which way. But I'm so thankful for the Lord that he put, people like Bryson, people like Verge, people like Travis, and pretty much everybody who's in my circle. I'm so thankful for them because they all have something to offer. Even like shout out my roommate, bro, because my roommate, he be making me laugh. Shout out Cam.
Yes,
I told him I'd shout him out next this episode. But like, yeah, like every person in my life, I've either learned something. Not either. I have learned something from them, or they brought me joy in some sort of capacity. And even some of the relationships that, we aren't as close, or we might not be as tight terms as we were before. I still am so thankful for each and every one of those people because they have all helped grow me in some sort of way. I think that's the beauty of when community is done right and it's not toxic. That a community is supposed to propel you forward.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a quote that I got from anthropology. Actually, interaction breeds change. Like in the terms of culture, like cultures have changed and shifted because they've interacted with other cultures, other ethnicities, things and like that, right? So the same way those cultures can shift, people shift and change because they interact with other people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I mean like even like when looking at like our own like our personal friendship and like our partnership with Young Vagabond, I think the way that we came into it, we are obviously kind of different in our personality. I'm like a planner, like I love plans. Everything's got to be and you're much more like open and like, hey, let's just see where it takes us. You know what I'm saying? And like that balance is so. And like Travis is a great in between the both of us because sometimes I'd be like, bro, I need something. You know what I'm saying? Like I need some sort of idea. Like and like Travis, he does a great job of balancing that out. Yeah. And so I think you hit it on the nose. Like you can only get so far by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you need other people in your corner who are going to propel you and are going to change some things about you. Because like I can be too much of a perfectionist. Like I can be too much of a this has to be exceptional, right? Yeah. And so like people like Bryson balance me out because they remind me to find the joy, to find the not to take myself too seriously, basically. Yeah. And like that's something I admire about you is that like you're about business. You get your business done. Like don't get me wrong. This dude top tier, like in the grades and stuff like that too. But still, you still have fun and don't take yourself so seriously. And not afraid to be a goofy because this boy is a goofball, bro. Goofball.
It took a lot of learning and a lot of time, bro. Because like when you first met me, dude, like I remember one time we was driving to church, right? And Travis made a comment. He was like, he said something about a go-kart running into a wall, and I thought I made a car run into a wall. So like, we get to church, bro. I'm frantic. I'm panicking. Nothing happened, bro. Nothing happened.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing happened, and I'm sitting here in worship, like, you know, like I'm just like, bro, like, dude, like, what if something?
I just killed 4 people, but he ran into a gas station. The gas station blew up, and now.
And then DJ was like, bro, like, just show yourself grace, man. Chill out. And what's crazy is the same sermons, because I call them sermons, the same sermons that DJ has preached to me, we've had to preach to each other.
Yeah.
So, like, man, community is beautiful, bro.
No, I think because we're both have that united goal of trying to grow in a relationship with Christ, we build off of each other. And some things that I've told you, I still needed to hear myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's so beautiful, and that's what good friendship and good community does. It's that you, especially when you have that established common goal of like, you're trying to grow, or you're trying to grow close in your relationship with the Lord or whatever. I think that's the best. If y'all have that common goal, friendship is great. Yeah. But like, when you have that, it's so beautiful. And I think that's really like, if I didn't make 3 points like I did normally. I just have some things that I think are great for community, like things to look out for community. But if I were to make a point, that's the big thing that I would say is find people who you can share a common ground with. You don't need to be alike. I'm not saying you need to be like that person, but you need to have like-minded goals. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be an exceptional person, don't be hanging out with bums. You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be like, you don't care. You're trying to like just hang out and party, you know what I'm saying? Like, then go find people who hang out and party, you know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, people are either going to pull you closer to where you're trying to go, or they're going to pull you away from it. Yeah.
Chickens don't hang with eagles.
Did you come up with that?
Nah, my teacher told me that.
I was like, that's pretty good. No, but I mean, like, seriously, like, if you're trying to soar high, and I think most people in a way are trying to grow in something, or they're trying to do something. Like, my roommate's a great example. He really got into the gym, and so like all of his friends are like-minded in that they go to the gym together, they keep each other accountable, and like my roommate's huge now. I ain't gonna lie, but like going from like where we started at the beginning of the semester to now, he be doing his hammer curls. I'd be like, dang, homie done got the gains, and so like I know he couldn't have gotten to that level by himself, but like he would literally talk about like, oh, my friend, he just put me onto this like supplement or this pre-workout or this workout plan or whatever. It helped him exponentially grow towards growth. And I think that's a big thing, is that you can grow linearly, but when you have a community of people, you grow exponentially. Ooh. I'm going to let that one marinate a little bit. I'm going to take a sip. No, like I said, bro, yeah, you can grow linearly, but people help you grow exponentially.
Facts. You know facts. It's literally, that's scripture, bro. Genesis 2:18, it is not good for man to be alone. Like, God himself said that. Yeah. So, like, if God himself said that, bro, like, take that and run with it.
Yeah. No, I mean, another thing that, like, I remember I was kind of going through this and saying, like, okay, like, what kind of points do I want to hit on? Like, one big thing that I know, like, I feel like the Holy Spirit was speaking to me is that you can't operate at your best without community. And the verse that came to me, because I've been reading Acts recently, and Acts is crazy, bro. Ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? A wild story, bro. Read the book of Acts. But it says in Acts 8:14, when the apostles in Jerusalem heard that Samaria had accepted the word of God, they sent Peter and John to Samaria. And that's a common concept that you kind of see in the book of Acts, is that the apostles never go alone. And I think, believer or not a believer, you can take a page out of that, is that, like, literally Peter was raising, in the Bible, he was raising people from the dead. Yeah. Like, so Peter, bad dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you would think, Peter, he got this. You know what I'm saying? One man show. I can't raise people from the dead. You know what I'm saying? And, so, like, if even he needed a companion to go along with him, like, how much more? And then, like, look at Jesus. Like, Jesus had not one but 12 disciples. He had 12 people that he was intentionally discipling into spending a absorbent amount of time with, and because of that, like, his ministry was not only like able to continue on after he died, but it was able to grow exponentially while he was still here, because only Jesus, as in the confinement of a human only had so much capacity. You know what I'm saying? But like when you work with other people, you're not only just you probably heard the term like greater than the sum of their parts. You're not only just taking what you have and what they have, but you're taking what you have and what they have, and then you're building on top of each other. Y'all synergizing like y'all's abilities, and that only makes y'all that more effective.
And kind of something that you talked about your first semester here was the Jesus model for friendship. And I saw you pick up that Fresca, bro. But
Gotta pick up the double cup.
this man. But the Jesus model for friendship. So like Jesus had 3 close disciples, and then he had the 12, and then he had the 70. So like with friendship and community, you can always have those people that are closer to you, and then you have those people who are like your friends, and then you have like associates or like just companions. Because like it says in Proverbs 18:24, a man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So like there are people who are out there who God can place into your life who are close like brothers. Like my 3 closest people right now in my life are Travis, DJ. Gosh, I looked at you. But Travis, DJ Verge, and then Levi and Robert and Jalen back home. And those guys are blessings to me. In the same way that like I have like my close circle of friends, I also have my outer circle of friends who are like I can go to when I need things from them. You know what I'm saying? Like because we're building, we're all building, we're all adding on to this thing called community. We're all adding on to this thing called life. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think. Ooh, excuse me. I think one thing that is a big misconception in kind of our generation and our world is that that people think proximity equals intimacy. You think just because of the people you're around, you're supposed to all be close buddy. I know like in high school, that's a big thing. That's like, oh, we share this sort of identity trait that is similar. Like we're both nerds, we're both this, so we have to hang out with each other. You know what I'm saying? And then like you get to people who are like the popular kids, and you think, oh my gosh, this guy has so many friends, right? Because he's in proximity with all these people. He's like exchanging, conversations with all these people. But proximity doesn't mean intimacy, because you can have 70 surface level conversations, or you can have 5 intimate, deep conversations. And I would say that the person with those 5 deep conversations will come out more fulfilled than that person who had 70 surface level conversations. And so like I think a big thing is that look at where your intimacy level is and where it's coming from. Is it coming out of a place of proximity, or is it coming out of a place of genuine connection? You know what I'm saying?
And that's so true, because I think about the friendships that we have. Like I said, us, gosh, bro.
You good?
This man, us 4, me, you, Verge, and Travis, right? So like, close friend group, like brothers to me, right? But the thing about it is like that relationship took time. It wasn't just like, oh, we go to school together, we're best buds now. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ just got here from Texas in August. Me and Travis went to high school together. So like we've been knowing each other for a long time, but we didn't get close until this year. And then me and Verge, like we didn't like each other at first. And God worked through that and worked through our mess, and like now we're brothers. So things take time, friendships take time, and like you said, bro, proximity does not automatically mean that like y'all best buds. Yeah.
And I think that's okay. I think healthy community, healthy relationships take patience. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, I think it's so powerful. Like if you go to Mississippi State, like take a chance to stop Bryson and ask about Bryson and Verge, because that's a whole story in itself. But it's like y'all had to go through some hoops and not even not like each other at a point for y'all's friendship to be what it is now. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, we'll write off people because it's like, okay, I didn't click with them immediately, so they're just not meant to be. Or like it's not convenient for me to be friends with them. It's convenient for me to be friends with the jocks because I'm a jock, or it's convenient for me to be friends with the nerds because I'm a nerd. So I'm not gonna, invest a lot of energy to try and do something that's inconvenient to me. But like really healthy, awesome relationships take time. Like for me, if I decided to hang out with the first crew that I met when I got to Mississippi State, my life would have looked completely different. Like first off, this podcast would never have been a thing, because I probably never would have met Bryson, or if I had, I probably would have still met you, but I wouldn't have gone close to you. I probably even wouldn't be as secure in my faith right now, because it's like for me, when I got to school, I was faced with a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like I for the first time in my life, or not in my life, but the first time since high school, I did not have the identity of being a Christ follower, out there. You know what I'm saying? I still had that identity inward, but nobody knew who I was. So I was up to me and whether I wanted to continue to live for Christ or, start over and, just go out, buck wild, do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm good looking now. So, I can, I could have been, pray boy out here. You feel me? Shout out to my woman of God, baby. I know you watching. Anyway, but regardless, but on a serious note, I literally could have been living a completely different life that it would not have been honoring to God. You know what I'm saying? And it would have not been helped if I'd have just been like, okay, because you're close to me, just because I know who you are, I'm going to just be friends with you. But because I took time and was willing to be alone and willing to be like, Lord, okay, I'm going to still be obedient to you, even though the option to go do my own thing is there. The Lord has now blessed me with way more fulfilling friendships than I would have gotten if I'd have done it on my own. Because I look at some people, and this is no judgment to anyone or anything like that. I'm not better than anyone, but I look at some people and I look at their friendships and I go, man, how sad must that be that they don't really have somebody who knows them, on that deep of a level. All of their conversations never go beyond something service level, just what did you do with this girl last night? What party were you at? Did you see the game? You know what I'm saying? We have conversations like that, but our conversations go deeper. I've had so many 3 a.m. talks with Bryson and Verge and Travis. At Cresswell, shout out Cresswell. Thanks. But because that's the community right there. Word. That's the community. But I've had so many talks with so many brothers and sisters in Christ and so many just awesome relationships and conversations because we were willing to be patient and go beyond surface level. And I mean, we talk about sex and we talk about dating and we talk about, sports and stuff like that. But even when we talk about those things, oftentimes they go beyond the surface level. You know what I'm saying? We're asking really tough questions and things like that.
Yeah. And I think it boils down to being vulnerable with each other, bro. Because, man, we know each other's limitations, and I think that's so beautiful and so dope. Whenever we weak, or whenever we feel weak, or we can spot out when our brother feels weak. The overcompensation thing. We both kind of struggle with that, but we can point out in each other before we start to go down that path. And I think that's so dope. You know what I'm saying? But that took time. Yeah.
And it, like you said, it took vulnerability. I mean, literally before we started this podcast episode, I was sharing with you about some things. I've had a couple of things that have happened recently in my personal life. Due to the nature of them, I won't get into it, but just some things that had me down. And before I even told him that I was down, he knew that those things had shaken me up a little bit, and then he'd come to me, or we were talking about another thing with relationships, and I was just hey, this is where I'm at. This is some vulnerability things. I'm not gonna keep these hidden. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of that willingness to be vulnerable that he's able to understand me at a deeper level, and that I'm able to understand him at a deeper level. And that that's where true intimacy breeds. I think sometimes we think intimacy is only sexual intimacy, but there's different types of intimacy. All the friendships I have with Bryson and Travis and Verge and other people back at home with Jake Santana, shout out Jake Santana, and my friend Landon who's over in Hawaii. Those are intimate friendships. They know some things about me that no other person knows. Right? And I think that's okay. That's important. And it's not some people shun that as weird or believe that it only belongs to your romantic partner or something like that. But if that is the case, then you need to re-examine that, because there should be other people who are propping you up and helping you, you know what I'm saying, elevating you to the level that you need to be at, because it can't just be that one person. And you're selling yourself short basically when you're not allowing people to get close to you. And I don't know. It's it's sometimes hard because people have trust issues and stuff like that, but it is a thing that you have to be willing to open up your heart and willing to be vulnerable to build those kind of intimate relationships.
Yeah, facts, man. And you said something earlier that made me think about this, bro. Intimacy is not always pretty. Friendship, community is not always pretty, because you trust me? Yeah. All right, but meet me in the middle. So it was this thing that was explained to me. So when you have an opposing force, they meet, they go up, and as they go up, they reach higher, right? That's how a mountain is formed. And when you think about it, that's how friendships and relationships should be. Y'all should push each other to go higher to Christ. So, like, bro, when you have a friend who's able to, like, challenge you,
Right.
but also reaffirm you and be there for you, like, that's beautiful, man. Because, like I said, relationships and intimacy is not always pretty, bro.
Right.
It's not.
No, I mean, we, like, vulnerable. Bryson gets on my nerves. Travis gets on my nerves. Verge gets on my nerves. My friends back home get on my nerves. But, like, that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't only be willing to invest in relationships when it's easy. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And that goes for dating and for friendships. But, like, you have to be willing to invest in relationships when it's hard, when you are uncomfortable, when you do want to just be alone. There's a difference. Sometimes you are like, okay, I need some solace. You know what I'm saying? And, like, but even then you still have to communicate that to your community, communicate that to your friends. Because if you don't, and you only are willing to put in work when the relationship is easy, you're going to have easily broken relationships. Like, your relationships are never going to get past that surface. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people are living their lives with only surface level relationships, and that is something that is really difficult. To like I said, I can't imagine going through life with only surface level relationships, having nobody that I can call. I'm like, if I called Bryson at 3 o'clock in the morning, Travis at 3 o'clock in the morning, they gonna pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They might need to wake up. You know what I'm saying, to pick it up, but they gonna pick it up. And I'm so thankful that I have people in my life who are willing to do that. And I think that's what good community looks like. That good community is someone who's going to care for you and pray for you in those moments of struggle. Like it says, once again in Acts 12:5. So Peter was kept in prison, but the church was earnestly praying to God for him. Like, Peter was down in the dumps. I think he'd already, I don't remember if he'd been stoned or not, but, like, he, was in prison, like a very uncomfortable situation. And in that time and adversity, his community did not abandon him, but they stayed with him. And are you a friend who doesn't abandon another friend when times get tough, but you're someone who stays in the dark moments? Because you can't experience those moments that everyone wants to experience, the moments, like, we made it out the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to experience the we made it out of the hood moments, but do you want to be down in the trenches when they're putting in that work to get to that level? You know what I'm saying?
That is so true, bro.
Yeah.
You just cooked on that one. I ain't got nothing to say.
No, man, I mean, like, I've, like I said, recently there's some things that happened that have not been positive, but, like, when I had a situation with a relationship that had ended, and it was kind of tough, like, I had a community that was holding me up during those times. They were people who were, even in moments where I felt weak, and I felt like, my self-worth was kind of like dropping, I still had people who were praying for me earnestly and reminding me of who I was. And I've had other moments in my life where I've not felt worthy. That's a big thing I deal with, is insecurity. And I've still had people who, people like you, people like Verge, even Tamaya. Shout out Tamaya. Tamaya's wonderful. And just all these, I could go on and on, because that's the kind of community that God's blessed me with. But, like, God has been so good, and even in moments where I wasn't at my best, I had people to hold me up. And I think that is what healthy, godly community looks like, is that even when you're not operating at your best, there people are holding you up. And vice versa, when you are not when you are at your best and your friend is not at their best, you're holding them up.
Yeah, facts. And bro, like, friends that pray for you are so beautiful. Like, one of my homies, my best buds, bro, Nolan, shout out Nolan back home. This man, every time before, like, a break ends and I get ready to head back to school, he's like, hey, bro, call me when you get ready to dip out. I'm gonna pray for you. Like, he wants to pray with me on the phone before I get on the road. Like, that is so cool and intimate, bro. Like, friends that pray for you are some of the best friends, bro. Because, like, that, like, they got your back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think, to build off of that, I think, believer or not believer, you want someone who's a great friend, find you a person who loves Jesus.
Facts.
Like, regardless if you love Jesus or not, or you even care about Jesus or believe in Jesus, find you a friend who loves Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, because, what's that baby bar, that little baby bar, like, I don't call myself the GOAT, I just let other people do it, or something like that. I don't remember what the line is, but basically, like,
Yes, man.
I humbly say, like, I'm not always the best friend. Like, there's parts in my life where I mess up, I fumble. But like, I was literally talking to my friend Kayla today, and she was like, I just love you, DJ, and all the positivity that you put out, and like, literally, like, I'm on DJ's team. That's what she said, and like I said, I humbly accept it, and I'm so thankful. And there's areas where I can still be a better friend at, but like, you know what I'm saying? I still have proof in the pudding is basically what I'm saying. And so like, people have come to me and said how great of a friend I am, and I can't say that that's because of what I'm doing, but it is because of the love of Christ that is in me, and how much I love God. The fruit of that bears naturally come across as traits that are like great for good friendship.
Facts.
And so if you want someone who is going to be a good friend, like regardless, like literally find you a person, not just a person in the church, but someone who actually sincerely is wholeheartedly chasing Jesus, loves Jesus, because that person is going to love you like you've never been loved before. Like literally, they're going to be a top tier person. Like all of the people who are like my brothers, like people I'm ready to go down for, and people who go down for me, there is that shared love of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even people who maybe aren't at that level of relationship with the Lord, because of the love of Christ that I've extended to them, they're ready to go down for me, bro. And I like sometimes I be having to hold someone back and be like, it's not that serious, but like find you somebody who loves Jesus, and like literally, I'm telling you, I mean, I've yet to be proven wrong, but like those people are gonna be people who are gonna be good friends.
Hey man, when you following the greatest person, the greatest man to ever live, the one that set the example of how to love people, bro, where can you go wrong?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus, even if you're a believer or not, like just look at the life of Jesus. He modeled love greatly. Like I sat in life group one time and I wondered, I was like, did Jesus ever like find pleasure in himself? Because I thought about it, I was like, Jesus literally came and served 24/7. Like, he was always present for other people.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, what did Jesus do? Of course, you know, he went and prayed with the Father and things like that. But, like, Jesus' whole life was dedicated to serving those around him, loving those around him. And if you want a good friend, like DJ said, find someone who is chasing and loving Jesus, because they know that true love serves.
That's good. That's good.
True love serves.
Yes. That's right. I mean, like, it says like in John 15:13, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend. That's exactly what Jesus did. And so when people like me and Bryson are following after Jesus, and the model that Jesus sets, like, we are living a life that is the ultimate thing is to get as selfless as possible. I mean, there's still moments that I'm selfish. I'm pretty sure there's moments in your life where you're so selfish. And still, because our focus is not, you know, we try to have it where our focus is not on ourselves, but is on Jesus, that naturally spills over into the way that we're able to love other people. And so, you know, it says, like, the Son of Man did not come to be glorified, but, like, you know, to serve other people. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I'm saying. And since that's what Jesus does, like, that is really what friendship is all about. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's what relationships, period, all about. It's competing to outserve each other. Yes. Like, one of the things that I love most about, like, I've had healthy marriage modeled to me, like, amazingly. Shout out to my mom and dad. But one of the greatest things that they do is they compete to outserve each other at all times. They even include their children in the competition outserve. Like, birthdays, don't let it be a birthday, bro, because that whole house is being decorated. Don't let it be Mother's Day or Father's Day. Something crazy's happening, and I got to do a song and dance somehow. I'm like, Mom, I got schoolwork. You know what I'm saying? But, like, she's like, no, we're doing this for your father. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, we're doing this for your mother. Oh, my dad go crazy, bro. Like, we've done videos, little, like, music video, all, like, whole nine, bro. And it's that, because they have such a love for each other, and that love is selfless, because you can have selfish love. You can love a person and be absolutely selfish in that relationship. But because their love is so selfless, they're constantly in this competition to outserve each other. And that's one of the greatest competitions to be in,
Yes.
because you're getting fulfilled because they're doing their best to fulfill you and to serve you. And you're finding the fulfillment of serving that other person and fulfilling that other person.
Yeah.
And that builds healthy relationships. Like, I'm always, I'm always praying for Bryson, and I'm looking in small ways. How can I be a friend to Bryson, and whatever the way that looks like? Even in moments where I would rather go be to myself. How can I be a friend to Bryson? And if he needs me, I don't care about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be there for my friend. That is healthy. That is godly, and that is pure, intimate relationship and intimate friendship.
Facts. And it's just taking those little small steps, bro. Because, like, literally, you talked about just being a friend even when you don't feel like it sometimes. Like, this morning, and I had sent you that prayer and that text. Like, bro, I was in the middle of the gym, and I was just on my phone for, like, a good 5 minutes, just standing there, typing it out. But I was like, you know what? Like, I was like, you know what? Like, I know my brother needs this right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, giving just a practical, of course, bro, no problem at all. Like, giving a practical tip here, if you want to have healthy relationships, healthy community, like, just do the small things. You know what I'm saying? Like, die to yourself for like 1 second. That's all it takes.
Right.
Love without an ulterior motive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, like, it goes back to that selfless love. It's like, you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing it. You're not looking in the relationship, what can I get out of it? But what can I put into it? You know what I'm saying? I think another great thing, shout out Zay. I love shouting out people. It's my favorite thing to do. But I don't even, he was joking when he said this verse, but he mentioned the verse Romans 12:5. And it says, so in Christ, we though many form one body, and each member belongs to all the others. A healthy community is one that knows its role within a relationship, and plays that role to build each other up in that relationship. Like, an arm can't be licked. You know what I'm saying? And so, in the same way that my place and when we look at this more in the general of a whole community, my place in, like, the community that we built at Crestwell doesn't look like the same as someone like Travis, someone like George, or someone like Bryson. Shout out George.
Shout out George, man.
Like, it says in like, it goes further into, like, Romans 8. It says, if it is to encourage, like, if your gift is to encourage, then give encouragement. If your gift is to give generously. If it's to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Like, in whatever area of your life that you know that you are able to serve somebody, do it with exceptionality. Like, do it to the best of your abilities, because you will see that return. Yes. Because what, like, Bryson, like, one of his biggest gifting is his ability to encourage. Like, I've seen this dude encourage even in moments where he was battling and dealing with a lot. Boop. Sorry, y'all. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Bryson's an old man and goes to bed at 9:40, so his alarm went off at 9.
I go to bed at 11, bro. Chill out.
No, no. I mean, I should go to bed early, but I don't. I'd be like texting him at 1:30 in the morning and be mad because he's not answering my text, and then like, oh yeah, it's 1:30 in the morning. But anyways. What I was saying is that, like, I remember one time we literally walked from Crestwell to, like, our dorms, or my dorm, in that period.
Residence hall.
Actually, it was residence hall. My fault. Yeah, you're right. RA. I'm RA now. But actually, I think it was Old Main. We were walking from Crestwell to Old Main, and for those who don't go to Mississippi State, that's about, like, I don't know, not even half a mile, like a fourth. Yeah, like fourth of not a fourth, like 4/10 of a mile, half a mile, around that. And literally within that span, he encouraged like 3 to 4 people, like, just from that walk. Like, every person that we met, they were going through something, and he encouraged that person. And so like that was literally so incredible to me. I was like, this is like he's an incredible encourager. Like, and I think that's like one of his giftings is his ability to not only just because some people can say nice things about people. Like, I can say nice things about people. Well, Bryson intentionally looks at something that, like, they do particularly well, or something that they may need to hear, and he always finds the right thing to say and says it. Like, he's great. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
and
that,
so,
bro.
like, that's one of his roles within a community. That's one of his roles within a team.
And because really all a team is, if it's a business team or anything, it's like a smaller version of a community. And so when you build a team, you should build a community with it. And so when you build that community, you find people and put them in the roles that they're meant to play. And that's what it looks like in a team. And so that's one of his roles. And so it would be a shame if, you tried to nip that in the bud. If Bryson tried to nip that in the bud because it's not as convenient. Somebody doesn't like to hear, doesn't like the ushy gushy, like nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like, and it would be a shame if Bryson kept that to himself. You know what I'm saying? But Bryson doesn't keep that into himself, and so when he invests in relationships, he gets that much more of a return. Because like one big thing for me is I love investing into relationship, and I just love showing people that they're loved. Like that's my thing. I love investing time into people. If you stop me in the unit, I'll talk with you. Like I will not walk away. Like I will sit there and we'll have a whole conversation. If I see you in the union, I'm probably going to come up and speak to you. That's because I love investing into people. I love, there's something about it that brings me so much joy to see that, oh my gosh, this person knows that I see them and knows that they're loved. And I get that really from my mom, because that's how my mom is. And even though I still have parts of me where I'm introverted, because don't talk to me on Saturday, but every other day, I really that's what I find so much fulfillment in. And it would be, once again, a shame if I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep this to myself, or because somebody didn't like it, I'm gonna hide it, right? I get the comment, you talk too much, or DJ, sit down, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not. There are parts where I need to hear that. I need to taper it off, and not every facet of that always needs to be up there, because I can stretch myself too thin. But I still know where my role to play is in a relationship and in the community, and I am intentional in the way that I invest into other people with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man. And every part is needed, bro. Every part is needed. The body is not complete if you don't have each limb. You know what I'm saying? Each system, everything working together. So every part is needed. Gosh, we both can't step away from the mic.
Yeah, I know, but it's okay. We just give it a little. Those pauses are necessary. You know what I'm saying? It builds up suspense. It's just like a. You know what I'm saying?
But you talked about parts, and it made me think about the analogy Travis be giving all the time, bro. I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan, and Travis be like, Bryson, you're Leonardo. DJ's Donatello. I'm Mikey, and he says Raph is Verge, and I'm like, bro, this kid.
They're pretty accurate descriptions, though.
I be like,
I'm
bro,
not gonna hold you, bro. Especially the Mikey description, bro, for Travis, bro. Definitely correct, bro. But
I'll bang it, dudes.
No, I like you said, we have to understand and be okay with and be humble enough to understand the role that we play and not try to do everything. Because it goes back to what I said, you can do everything, but you will be only 33% effective if you're trying to be effective at every single thing. If I tried to cover every base with this podcast, if I tried to design the logo, if I tried to, come up with the pitch that, we now tell everybody when we talk about the podcast, I would be clueless, and it would be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? The logo design would be probably two stick figures and Comic Sans font saying Young Vagabond. It would look horrible. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a diss to me, but I understand where I play inside of a community. If I tried to come up with the pitch, we call it the elevator pitch that we use when we talk about Young Vagabond to someone who's never heard about it before, it would not have been as effective. That people would have been like, oh, okay, that's cool, and walked away. You know what I'm saying? But because that's one of Bryson's gifting. He sat in there. I had the pen in the pad. I was like, okay, this is my ideas. He was literally that Take Care, the Take Care album cover. He was just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? That silence. I was like, okay, I wonder what he's gonna say. Beautiful, and it's something that what we say before when we start every episode. Welcome to Young Vagabond Podcast, where we endure the journey of life together through truth and love. That beautifully encapsulates what we're all about. But even in what we talk about, you hear the community aspect that plays in it. Yeah. Like we say a lot, this is not us speaking down to you. You know what I'm saying? This is not, okay, this is what we know, and so we're going to teach it to you. This is us experiencing it with you. This is like the things that we talked about with community is what we're experiencing real time in the present.
Yeah.
Like I'm still learning these things. I'm still growing in these things, and I'm still building up that community. And that's what being a young vagabond is all about. That's why it's a tribe of young vagabonds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so like we are all together enduring the journey of life together in truth and love.
Enduring the journey of life together. And you know, this past Sunday we heard a quote about the relationship about relationships in life, and I want you to say it.
I forgot where'd my you say it.
Okay.
It's in another notebook.
This man, all right, but life moves at the speed of relationships. Life moves at the speed of relationships.
And so if you want to grow in your life, if you're looking to move forward in your life, build relationships that are going to propel you forward. And it may mean that you're going to go through a season where you feel stagnant. But what you're doing is you're laying down the groundwork for exponential growth. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think that ties beautifully into like accountability. I think I talked about this in the last or 2 episodes ago when we did vulnerability and accountability, that like wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. Like a healthy community corrects. You know what I'm saying? And you want to have a community of people who are, it goes back to that like-mindedness. They have that like-mindedness, and so they're not going to just stand by when they see you making a mistake. And you have to be open. Like, you know, like I talked about, like Bryson and Verge, they're the counsel when it comes to sexual purity. Like, they're the people I come to first, and they're the people I ask for prayer first. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of those two. Ooh, yeah, hold up. It's literally because of those two that I'm now been a full, like, as of April 18th, have been completely free from porn and masturbation. It is because of them. It is not because of my own ability. And of course, it is because of the Lord and Him strengthening me. And, you know, I've asked, Lord, transform my desires so that they glorify you. Absolutely. But the next step, and the step that the Lord was always asking me to take, is to bring this and to not make it just something that you have to do. Like, make it something where you are held up by a community of people who are going to keep you accountable. They're going to keep you growing. You know what I'm saying? And that linear growth that I was experiencing became exponential when I invited other people into the process.
Yes. Inviting other people into the process, bro. That's so beautiful, man. And like, man, just having, like you said, just having people that you can go to, people that you can count on to like hold you up when you feel weak, or like when you may not even know that you need to pick me up. Like, I remember first day of my sophomore year, I got a text message from George Santa Maria. Top tier dude, bro. Top tier dude. That's one of my brothers for real. And he texted me and he told me he was praying for me, bro. And like, I was like, dang, like that hit different. Like, because, you know, like we're not as close in proximity as we were in my freshman year because of, you know, we're busy and stuff like that. But that's still my bro. And the fact that he texted me and said, I'm praying for you, like, that's big, dog. That's big. You know what I'm saying? But it's all because, like, we took the chance on each other to invite each other in on our journeys. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think Ecclesiastes 4:10 says, if either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. You don't ever want to be walking through life where you have nobody to help you up. Like just like what you said, like just walking into your sophomore year, like the amount of joy and like, you know, rejuvenation that you experience because you had someone who, even though you weren't like at that moment like falling, but like you had someone who still lifted you up. You know what I'm saying? And took you to the next place that you were meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
And it helped propel you into like what we know, like the Bryson we see now. You know what I'm saying? The Bryson who started the Young Vagabond podcast. You know what I'm saying? That Bryson, like, it's not been just you throughout the whole process of, like we said, number one, it comes down to the Lord, but the Lord sends people in our lives that help propel us and help pick us back up when we're down. And so like, that's why we have to invite people into the process. And I know that's kind of like, you know, not necessarily a tangible thing, but I think like what it means is really inviting people into the heart of your growing season and your growth. And like I've said before and continue saying, you cannot grow alone. You have people who help water the seed, people who plant the seed, and you will always be fighting a losing battle if you're trying to do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And then I think we have to get over the fear of like taking the risk on people because like relationships are risky, but the results can be beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you took a risk on me. You're from Texas, bro. You could have been easily like, you know, I'm not rocking with these Mississippi people. 'Cause you do that already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But you took a chance on one Mississippi kid, then you took a chance on another, and like look at where we are
Right.
now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like relationships can be risky, but the results can be beautiful.
Right. And this kid was dancing like in the union sometimes. Like, what is this kid
Hey,
doing?
bro, you just gotta have fun.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, this is kind of weird, but I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of rocking with it. I think he's going to be my brother. And, you know, that really did happen. And I think you hit it on the mark. Our generation is such a generation that's full of distrust. I was having a conversation about like distrust yesterday when it looks in like romantic relationships. But just because somebody else's mistake doesn't mean you have to apply that mistake to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And part of growing is being willing to open your heart back up with the risk of being hurt again.
Yes.
But knowing that if you're patient enough and you're, you know, have enough perseverance that you will eventually have life-giving, amazing relationships that are going to build you forward. And so before like we end, I wanted to real quickly, you know, we can talk about this all day, but I wanted to take a moment to actually demonstrate kind of what like good life-giving friendship looks like. And so yesterday during our life group, we took a moment to just encourage some people, like the people in the life group. And so I just want to take a moment to encourage you two and just tell you guys how much y'all mean to me. I'm not going to cry, hopefully. But like Bryson, like you have been one of the like my number one friend and fan in helping me grow to the place that I'm at today. I would not be in the spot I'm at on my college journey had it not been for you. You have been someone who's persevered through challenges and through triumphs and through successes and through failures and gotten back up and continually seeked after the Lord. And it's something that is so admirable to me. Even like today, like going back to someone who's picked me up, even with all that I'm going through, you still were willing to say, hey, I see you and pick me up. You know what I'm saying? And all the car rides and all the conversations and all the, you know, conversations over lunch and stuff like that, you have invested more than you know into me to help me get where I'm at. That like when I go home and when I, you know, go on to do whatever I go on to do, I'm going to look back on all of the investments that you made into me, and then they're going to be able to bless somebody else. And so I wanted to say that I love you, man. I love you so much. You mean the world to me. And I'm not done. Travis, come over here. Travis, get behind here. Yeah. I don't think people have ever seen, like, people back home have never seen Travis. This, y'all, you gotta get down. I gotta get down low.
that man 6'3" for
This, y'all, is Travis. This is the man, bro. Love this dude. This dude is the definition of joy. This dude brings so much joy in every place that you go. You are always so genuine in who you are. The only way to describe Travis is that he's Travis. That's the only way to describe him. Because this dude is the most authentic, real human being you've ever met. Like, he does not change for anybody under any circumstances. And it is something that is so amazing to me and something that I'm looking to better myself in. You are so talented in so many areas that you don't even realize. You speak beautifully every time that you speak. You're someone with so much wisdom. The Vagabond logo, absolutely killed it with that. Literally, if y'all ever need any art designs from him, please hit him up. He is an amazing artist, amazing person, someone who, no matter what, is going to be someone who will bring joy to you. And that's something that is admirable. And so I also love you, dog. So I just wanted to say that too. So I think that's ball game. And
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. Bro, like, man, we can't close without giving you your flowers, bro. Like, DJ kid, like, I remember first time I met you, I immediately left. I texted my grandma. I was like, Grandma, like, I met this kid. This dude is top tier. And this off of the first, like, interaction with you, bro. Like, each and every day, I wake up and I know, like, I got to do better. And it's because of you, bro. Like, you challenge me daily to, like, want to grow in my faith, bro. Because, like, seeing the way, like, you walk in the room, you light everybody up, to seeing the way that, like, you carry the light, you carry your cross daily, bro. Like, you are willing to die to yourself in front of, like, the world, bro. And, like, the way that you just the way you just do life, bro. Like I said in life group the other day, it's hard to narrow it down because you're such a good dude, bro. Like you're just a good dude. Like I can't even put it into words, bro. Like Jesus follower for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and you're just a top tier friend, man. Like you've been here. I'm pretty sure Travis can attest to it too. Like,
what's up, y'all?
like Travis can attest to it too. Like, bro, you've been a friend when we needed a friend. You've been a brother when we needed a brother. You've been a shoulder to cry on when we needed a shoulder to cry on. Like, I remember one time this man literally held me while I was like crying, bro. Like, you are a blessing, dog. Don't ever let the enemy, don't ever let your flesh, don't ever let your mind, anything stop you from believing that, dog. Because when God created you, bro, he created one of the biggest blessings to ever touch planet Earth besides Jesus. Okay?
Don't make me cry, bro. Thank you. I love y'all so much, bro.
We love you, bro.
Come on, guys, group up. Come on.
Welcome to the Young Vagabond podcast,
man. This is what it's about, though.
Yes.
This is literally what it's about. Like, this is what life-giving friendship looks like. And I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have it. And, man, I'm just left speechless because it's like, I just love y'all. And I want, you know, to hopefully to show like this is what the example looks like, so that hopefully maybe, you know, someone else can see this and be like, okay, I can have life-giving friendships. This is what it can look like. And we can empower somebody else to go and be an absolute world changer. Mm-hmm. Because that's the only key that you need. You've done all the discipline, you've done the vulnerability, you have the intentionality, and what you're missing last is just that community who's going to exponentially help you go change the world. Mm. So,
you see how he just tied all that in? Bro, you smooth, man.
That's all God, man, bro. I appreciate it, but...
And he's humble. Gosh.
Well, thank y'all once again for tuning in to the Young Vagabond podcast. We are so appreciative to all that y'all doing. Talk about community. Y'all are building it right now. If you know somebody who watches the Young Vagabond podcast, you know, y'all link up, bro. Y'all, you know, talk about, you know what I'm saying? We want this to be a real community. And so we're going to continue to, next episode, we're just going to be talking about some things that we're looking forward to celebrating a little bit. Mm-hmm. One thing, we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. So, hey. And so, you know, we're going to be talking about some things that we're looking forward to, and just, you know, taking a moment to take this victory lap as we end out this first season, which is crazy to say.
Thanks.
And so, yeah, we'll be doing some of that stuff soon. Thankful to you guys. Thankful to all our viewers. Continue to be world changers. Continue to, you know, endure the journey of life through truth and love. We thank you. We love you guys. Also, one quick thing. Shout out to 224 Productions.
Yes.
They sent us some stuff. Bro. Unfortunately, some things went wrong, so we're working out. But we will be, you know, hopefully getting to hang out and partner with them more soon. So we love you guys. And so, yeah, I think that's it. What were you going to say?
It's ball game.
It's ball game.
Look, y'all be blessed. Don't stress. Do less. Let God take care of the rest.
Amen.
Yeah, I need a bag. Como se dice? I make a banger, they got it on replay. Why they talking about he say